Hello boxing fans, right now I'm talking Alexander Povetkin versus Marco Huck. This is a possible EBN fight of the year, and well, let's say it like this. We didn't think it was going to be that good a fight, but let me tell you one thing, it was one hell of a fight. You know, it was end-to-end boxing, ending with a majority decision. The judges' scorecards read 114, 114, 113, 116, 112, 116, and I agree with 113, 116, and I'll go through how in a second. Going through the fight round by round, well, I thought the whole fight was quite close. First round was close, I give it to Huck, based on his late flurry that kept the fight very competitive, and he did land a huge right hand at the end that would have caught the judge's eyes, caught my eye. Round 1, Huck. Round 2 I gave to Povetkin. It was a good round, he landed his own good flurries, showed his skills, landed some good punches on Huck, and basically he closed the round well, whereas Huck never did in this round. So 1-1. Okay, next round, I gave the next round as a close round, I gave it to Povetkin, but Huck did land a good right hand of his own at the end of the round to make the judges think it was closer. However, still again, I gave it to Povetkin, 2-1 Povetkin. Moving into round 4, this was Huck's round by a country mile. Povetkin was all over the place, Huck was throwing clear bombs all night long, and Povetkin was taking them. He damn just about kept on his feet. However, he did look like it took a lot out of the tank for Huck, but this Huck was enough for me. I gave it to Marco Huck by 10-9, and yeah, that's made it 2-2 up to now on the fight. Okay, next round was a 10-10 round, or it could have been given to Povetkin based on whatever you think. I found this was quite competitive, but the better quality work was coming from Povetkin. Again, round 6 was another close round, but the better stuff landed again by Povetkin, so that's another 2 rounds to Povetkin, so that's 4-2 right now. Round 7, this was another good round for Huck. This was the Huck resurgence I've put. For me, he kept the fight close, and he kept the round close itself. It was not the big shots that were landed by Povetkin. The big shots were landed by Huck. The referee was getting involved too much for my liking in this round. He was bashing on Huck for pulling him down, for pulling the head down of Povetkin. However, sometimes if you look at the fight, Povetkin was throwing his head down voluntarily, if that's even a word. Right, he was putting his head down there just to get out the way of the shots. Now, if you put your head below the opposition's waist, that's out against the rules too. And he should have been told, look, don't put your head below the other guy's waist, because I can't really bash on him for hitting you behind the head if your head is below his waist. You see what I mean? But you see, that's why people weren't happy with the ref, and I can understand that totally. But he wasn't consistent. That's what I'm trying to point out. So that was another round for Huck. That's 4-3. Okay. Round 8 was a good Povetkin round, and he controlled the fight in this round. That's 5-3. Round 9 was a push on from the 8th, with Huck falling behind again, unluckily in this round. 6-3. Round 10 was close, but I gave it to Povetkin, 7-3. Round 11 and 12 were very good rounds for Huck, but I gave one round very competitive to Povetkin, and I gave the final round to Huck by a country mile anyway. And at one point in the final round, some of those punches that Huck was landing was just immense, and I mean, boom, big shot, boom. At one point he landed some huge right hand, and I was watching it with my headphones because she wanted to take me out, and I was just watching it, and all of a sudden, right hand, and I jumped at me, see it, screamed, "Oh!" like that, and my girlfriend almost shit herself. Anyway, if there's another 30 seconds left in that fight, we'd have had a new world champion. It just so happened that the last punch was landed just on the bell, and then Povetkin had to go sit himself down, give himself a few minutes in his corner, because he wasn't getting up if he went down. I'm telling you that he would have not got up if he went down. Okay, so overall, like I said, yeah, I agreed with the scorecard, 113, 116. I thought it was a very good fight, a very close fight for a heavyweight title fight, in fact. And it probably was one of the most exciting heavyweight matches I personally have seen, where I've not been supporting a particular boxer. Like I said before fight, I wanted Huck to win. I am a Huck fan, but when I say not supporting a boxer, I mean I supported David Haye because he's British. I support, well, to an extent, I support Tyson Fury because he's British, but I don't particularly like him that much anymore. And I support David Price because not only is he British, but he's a Scouser like myself. Anywho, moving on now. Huck had the power in the ring at this point, definitely. And at a few points in the fight, he had Povetkin literally out cold on his feet. Somehow the guy kept himself up. I don't know how myself. Both guys had immense chins. Huck took so many powerful shots from a career heavyweight, you know. And even Povetkin took a lot of shots that would have hospitalised most people. Povetkin did have the skill in this fight and the hand speed to win the extra rounds. But he took a humbling here from Huck. He kept his feet right on the ground. And any heavyweight puncher would, I think right now, would wipe the floor with Alexander Povetkin. Well, what else have they got? Stamina was an issue for both. Huck always had that stamina, and that's why he's changed his whole game plan in order to address that. Povetkin has not, and you know, like I said, if anyone who made him work for 12 rounds, they could have him really going, you know. Moving on, where did they both go from here? Huck, well, he does have many options for me. He's the man with a lot of options. He can go back down to cruiserweight and defend his title, or he can stay at heavyweight, put a few victories together, and challenge a Klitschko brother. Either way, the future is bright for Captain Huck, in my opinion. My shout would be fight Sam Peter. That will give him a good fight against the former world champion. It'll probably end in a knockout for Huck, and it's going to be an exciting fight to watch, because even though I don't like Sam Peter and I bash him all the time because he's very limited, you know, he's never in a shit fight, is he? Unless he's fighting a Klitschko brother. So anyway, I just want to also say, and this is a shout out to anybody who is what would be the correct word to say now, who's protecting their O. You can fight, give it your all, come out second best, and still have a bright future if you look at Captain Huck. In fact, in some cases, you can fight, lose, and have a better future than if you ducked the fella in the first place. So let's get these boxers to stop ducking each other and actually get in the ring fighting each other. Next guy, Povetkin. Well, he's got a mandatory against Hazim Rahman. Pre-Huck fight, I thought that he was going to wipe the floor with Rahman. I thought it would have been a stoppage, you know. But now I think this fight could be a lot closer than other people think. I think that Povetkin is very overrated. You know, if I'm looking at who else he can get if he finally gets past Rahman, you know, I don't see an easy fight out there for him. Dimitrenko versus Pulev winner would be a dangerous fight. Tyson Fury would take him out of his comfort zone at least, and I think it would be a good warm-up opponent for a Klitschko. But I don't look at many people he could beat in the top 10. You know, he's beat Eddie Chambers, so I've took him out the mix. Yeah, I don't see many people who he could beat easily. He might just be holding on to the title until someone better comes along. Just going to end it with this now. I'm going to do a video next week about how Team Sauerland is trying to cut the Klitschkos out of the heavyweight division. And it basically goes a little bit like this: if you cannot beat them, don't do business with them. Okay, and now we have to do the post-fight shoutouts, and I'm doing them in Eastern European accent for the fighters. Thank you. And this is first shoutout to Mr. Connolly, got this fight correct. Next one, Falubo Hubi, shout out to my American friend, good decision. Next, Mr. RG Boy, shout out to him. Shout out to Marquinho 210, very good. Shout out to Megger Gallimore, got this decision correct. Shout out to my Bonio, very good. And shout out to Donner Fink, also got this correct. All picked by Povetkin by decision. Post your predictions in the comment section for post-fight shoutouts. Thank you for listening and goodbye.